So, guys, if you go to Visit China Visa Center, it basically gives you a step by step guide on completing the application. Um, right here, for example, it says prepare required documents for China visa application system. And some things you would need is like, depending on what country you're from the United States, you don't really need an invitation letter, but you do need an ID. And if you're trying to go to school, then of course there would probably be different requirements for that. And then possibly then you would need the invitation letter from the school showing that you're attending there. Um, then just some important filing notes, a detailed explanation of the sections. So this is basically what the website look like when you go to the consular MFA GOVCN visa uh, website. Um, then you would click English because you do speak English, or whatever language you may speak. Then click on sign in, start my application. From there, you would sign in with an email. If you don't have an account, then you would need to make a new account. And then it would take you back to this page again where you can, proceed with the application process. Um, you click what part of the country you're from. Being that I live in the United States, I would basically click here um, in the United States. The place where I live, which is Georgia, we basically have to apply through Washington, D.C. Now, others who may live in other places may have to apply elsewhere. They did have um, Houston at one point in time, but they basically discontinued that service branch. So now the branches that they have available is Washington, D.C., New York, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. Um, and then basically, this is basically the personal information that you would enter into the system. And like I said, it's basically self explanatory. So if you just go through each step, um, step by step, you can definitely um, go through and fill everything out on your own. This is basically asking if your marital status, your gender, place of birth, just general information. And then next, the type of visa that you're applying for. Like I said, right now, America has where they can get a 10-year visa, or you can get a tourist visa, or you can get a student visa. So, or whatever, if you're a diplomat or whatever. But for me, I just got the tourist visa. So I know I was going to be going back and forth to China multiple occasions. So I decided to go with that visa. That basically cost $140. I have a relative that lives close to DC. So basically, what I did was I mailed him my application after I had finished processing it through this website, and then made a copy of the number and then sent that information with him along with a letter stating that he has my permission to process my visa application. From there, it took about 5 days, and then he sent it back to me, and then I had my visa basically in my hand. Getting back to this website, these are the different types of visa. You have the tourist visa, the business visa, a family visit, exchange, work visa. So these are all the different types of visa that you can apply for on this website. Um, And again, like I said, you just want to go through everything and make sure you fill out all the information. What's good now, if you even apply for the 10-year visa, you don't really even need your flight information. Before, back in the day, from what I was told, that you had to have all that information readily available, but now you can just fill it out and submit. So if they do ask you for any other documentation, like job status situation, you would upload that information in this section here. You will also need to upload your passport here as well. So if you go through, like I stated, you can basically complete the whole application yourself. Sorry, you can basically complete the whole application yourself without actually having to pay an agency, because they're just going to fill out the same information and send it in. Basically, what makes them better as far as them doing it, they basically have direct access into the China consulate, in which they send it to them and then send it back. So that's the only difference. But if you can fly up to where you are, or even if you live there, then that's, like I said, that's a plus in your favor. But if not, you can also take a plane up there to wherever you need to go, drop it off, come back, and then they're going to give you a time to come back and pick it up. When they do that, just make another flight, go back and pick it up. So you have to weigh the odds as far as how much the flight costs would cost. You can, get a flight like Frontier or Spirit or what have you. A very relatively affordable flight. Get there, get back, and do what you got to do. So basically, that is the process in filling the visa out. This is the barcode that you will need to submit when you take it to the consulate, or if you're handed it over to a friend. This is the information that they would need to submit to them, because that information has everything that you inputted into the application. So, yeah. So if you have any questions or anything, please reach out and into the chat, and I will gladly answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much.